Hi everyone, welcome to My Max Academy. In this video, we'll continue with chapter 4 quadratic equation from 10th standard CBSE mathematics. Last video we covered uh, till example 9 where we had solved the quadratic equations using the method of completing the square. Now in this section we will study about solving the quadratic equation by another method, which is using the quadratic formula. This is a quadratic formula which we can use to find or to solve a quadratic equation. So I will explain what that is. So this method is using quadratic formula. Quadratic formula. So what the quadratic formula is? So we know the general form of the quadratic equation, which is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0, right? Then if this is our general form of quadratic equation, right? So this is general form of quadratic is this also general form of quadratic equation, which is this. Now for this, the quadratic formula is given by x is equal to, when you solve and when we try to find the value of x becomes minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, b square minus 4ac by 2a. And if you see this, so here this a, b, c, a is the quotient of x square, b is the quotient of x, and c is the quotient of, c is the constant term. We need to substitute these value in this formula, and if you solve, you will find the value of x, which means you will be able to find the two roots for the quadratic equation. And also when we are trying to find the roots, we always check this. If b square minus 4ac, this is also called as discriminant. It is denoted by the word d equal to b square minus 4ac, where d is called as discriminant. And based on the value of d, which is b square minus 4ac, we can say whether a quadratic equation will have two roots or one root or no real roots. So depending on what the value of d is. Now the first one is, if the value of d, which is b square minus 4ac, if d is greater than 0, then the quadratic equation will have two distinct roots. Which means you will have two roots and both will be different. If the discriminant d, second one, the discriminant d equal to 0, then the quadratic equation will have two equal roots. Here distinct means different roots. Here in this case, when d is 0, it will have two equal roots. Suppose you will get the final answer as x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 2, something. So which means both will have both the zeros or both the roots will be same. Or you will get x is equal to 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. Then there are two roots, but both are equal. When d is less than 0, third case is when d is less than 0, which means d is negative, then we will say then the quadratic equation will not have will not have real roots, or it is also called as no real roots. It will not have real roots. It will not have real roots, which means real numbers as a root. It will have complex numbers as a root, but that you will study in 11th standard. So here, when d is greater than 0, you will have two distinct roots. If d is equal to 0, two equal roots. If d is less than 0 means when d is negative, you will have no real roots. This can also be called as no real roots, or will not have real roots. Will not have real roots. So when we are trying to apply this formula to find the roots of the quadratic equation, first we should find the discriminant value d, where d is called as discriminant, and d is equal to b square minus 4ac. And this b square minus 4ac, which is d, depending on what it is, if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, because d is b square minus 4ac, right? Then you will have two distinct roots. You will have two roots, but both the two roots will be different. Like one will be like 1 by 2, the other one will be like 3 or 3 and 7. Right? And if it is 0, then it will have equal roots. Two roots are equal. Less than 0 means it will not have real roots, which means no real roots. Right? So we will use this formula. You need to know this formula to solve and find the roots of a quadratic equation using quadratic formula, which is this formula. Right? So we will proceed to a problem. We'll do example 10 in textbook. Hope all of you have copied this. Right? If not, you can pause the video and copy this. I'm going to erase now. Okay, so we will do example 10 in your textbook. Example 10 in textbook in page number 83. So page number 83 in your textbook. So what it says is, they say that solve the question 2.1 to second question, first subdivision of exercise 4.1 using quadratic formula. Then we should go to our exercise 4.1, which is in page number 73. The second problem, first subdivision. Right? So the question is represents the following situation in the form of a quadratic equation, and here we have to solve them also, because they are saying solve this. In example 10, they are saying solve this question, which is in 4.1 exercise, second question, first subdivision, by quadratic formula. You have to use the quadratic formula to solve this. Now the question is, the area of a rectangular plot is 528 meters square. The length of the plot is 1 more than twice its breadth. We need to find the length and breadth of the plot. We need to find the length and breadth of the plot. So there is a rectangular plot of area 528 meters square. We also did this when in my previous video. If you see, we have done this problem, but there we have only found the equation and we stopped it, because that is what was asked in exercise 4.1. But in this example 10, the same question has to be solved also, which means we should form the equation and then solve the equation. Right? So now what is given is area of the rectangular plot. So area of a rectangular plot is equal to 528 meters square. So this is given. Also, what is given? The length of the plot is 1 more than twice the breadth. So what is also given? Second information that is given is, you can also say here given. These are the information given in the question. Length of the plot, the rectangular plot. They said length is, this means equal to. The length is 1 more than twice its breadth. 1 more than twice its breadth means you should first do 2 into breadth plus 1. So the length of the plot is 1 more than 2 times breadth means you should first do 2 times breadth and then add 1, because it is 1 more than. 1 more than means plus 1. Right? Plus 1 of 2 times the breadth. So these are the two information given. So from this we need to find what is the length and breadth of the rectangular plot. So we will assume let now not the length as x, we will assume the breadth as x, because your length is given in terms of breadth. So we'll put this as x. Fine. So whenever something is equal to some 2 times of something, then this we will generally take this as x. So we'll say let the breadth of the rectangular plot equal to x meters. That's the breadth of the rectangular plot. So the length becomes what? So the length is length of the length of the rectangular plot is. So what is the length of the rectangular plot? So the length of the plot is 2 times the breadth plus 1. But breadth is x. We have taken the breadth as x. So the length will become 2 into x plus 1. Because breadth we have taken it as x. So the length becomes 2x plus 1. 2 into breadth is x plus 1. Now, so we have used this information. Now let's go to the first information. Area of the rectangular plot is 528. Area of the plot is what? Length into breadth. Area is length into breadth is equal to 528. Now what is length? Length is 2x plus 1. So 2x plus 1 into breadth is x, equal to breadth is x. So length into breadth equal to 528. Now we need to solve this quadratic equation. We need to first convert that into quadratic equation. So 2x into x is 2x square plus 1 into x is x equal to 528. So this becomes 2x square plus x, this 528 comes this side, it will become minus 528 equal to 0. So this is your quadratic equation which we need to solve using the quadratic formula and find the value of x. Now what is our quadratic formula says? So before we go to the quadratic formula, we will try to write what is a, what is b, what is c. So you comparing with this general equation. So general form of quadratic equation is what? Equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Now compare this equation with this. Let's identify what is a. What is a here? A is the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is 2. So a is 2, comma b is what? B is coefficient of x. So before x what do we have? Nothing is there. Nothing is there means 1 is there. So b is 1. C equal to the constant term which is minus 528. Minus 528. So we have found a, b, c. Now what is our quadratic formula? X is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is our quadratic formula. So before we substitute all this value in this formula and evaluate, we will try to find what is the value of b square minus 4ac, which is our discriminant, right? So we will try to find discriminant. D is what? D is b square minus 4ac, right? See, this formula can also be written like this. X is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of d by 2a. And what is d? Where d equal to b square minus 4ac. So instead of b square minus 4ac, you can put d, capital D. You can even remember the formula like this. X is minus b plus or minus square root of d by 2a, where d is b square minus 4ac. So now before we substitute these values in this formula and try to find x, we should make sure that the roots exist, which means we should make sure that the value of d is either positive, which is greater than 0, or equal to 0. Because if it is less than 0, I was telling you that there is no real roots, which means there is no solution to that. There is no real solution to that quadratic equation. So now let's try to find what is the value of b square minus 4ac. Based on that only, we will decide if there are real roots, then we will go and proceed and find them. If not, we will stop the problem. If this becomes negative, then we will stop the problem. So let's try to find what is the value of this. Now b square, b is what? 1. So 1 square minus 4 into A is 2 into C is minus 528. Multiply. Right? Now what do we get? So if you multiply all this is 1 plus, because minus into minus will become plus. 4 2s are 8. 8 into 528. So what is 8 into 528? Let's calculate that. 64. I'll put the 8 here. 528 into 8. 8 8s are 64. Carry 6. 16, 22. Carry 2, 40, 42. So it will become 4224. So that will become 4225, which is a value positive, which means D is 4225, which is greater than 0. Which is greater than 0. So if it is greater than 0 or equal to 0, we can proceed and we can try to apply in this formula. If it becomes negative, minus something, then we have to stop the problem and say there are no real roots. So now it is D is positive. So we'll say D is greater than 0. Because D is greater than 0, therefore the roots are real and distinct. It will be real roots or real distinct roots, we can say. Roots are real distinct roots. The roots are real and distinct roots. Fine. Say the roots are, or we'll say the two roots are. The two roots are real and distinct. So which means we can proceed. Now what is our x? X is equal to minus b, right? So what is minus b? So minus b, x is minus b plus or minus square root of, I am writing the formula again, 4ac by 2a. So that is x is equal to minus b is 1 plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac. We calculated already. B square minus 4ac value is 4225 by 2 into a. A is what? A is 2. Substitute a equal to 2 here. Right? So what do we get? Minus 1 plus or minus, we have to find the square root of 4225. We have to find the square root of 4225. So what is, how do we find the square root of 4225? We can solve using division method to find the square root. I assume all of you know that. If not, you can watch my video on how to find square root. I have explained in a video. You can watch my video in the playlist where I have taught how to find the square root by using both prime factorization method as well as division method. So we should start pairing 2 from right to left. So 2. So we'll say, we'll tell square table 0 into 0 0, 1 1s are 1, 2 2s are 4. If we keep saying, it will go 6 6 are 36. Because 7 7s are will become 49, that will exceed 42. So it is 6, then 25. Then we should multiply 6 with 2, you'll get 12. Then into 5 will give, if I put 5 5, 125 into 5 is 625. So it's 0. So this is your square root. The square root is 65. So square root of 425 is 65 by 2 into 2 is 4. Now after this x will take into two terms. Now when x is equal to minus 1 plus 65 by 4 or x is equal to minus 1 minus 65 by 4. Clear? So we will take minus 1 plus 65 by 4 or minus 1 minus 65 by 4. So plus or minus, here it will become two parts. Plus what happens? Minus what happens? If it is plus 65, what happens? If it is minus 65, what is our x? So if you proceed this, you will get x is equal to 64 minus 1 is, sorry, 65 minus 1 is 64 by 4 or x is equal to minus 65 minus 1 is minus 66 by 4. So this will become x is equal to, if we cancel it will become 16. Fine. Your x is 16, here your x becomes, if you cancel it will be minus 33 by 2. If you cancel by 2 it is minus 2. But we know x is what? X is the breadth of the rectangular plots. breadth of the rectangular plot. So which means it cannot be negative. It cannot be negative. So we'll say x cannot be negative. X can't be negative because x is the breadth. Therefore, we cannot take this value. We have to take only this value. Therefore, x is equal to 16. X is equal to 16. So breadth is what? Breadth is equal to, breadth is what? Breadth of the rectangular plot is x. X, which is 16 meters. Because x is 16. Length is what? Length is equal to 2x plus 1. Right? So it will become 2x plus 1. That is equal to 2 into 16 plus 1. 2 into 16 is 32 plus 1, 33 meters. So the breadth of the rectangular plot is 16 and the length of the rectangular plot is 33. So this is the dimensions of the rectangular plot. Clear? This is how we find the solution for the quadratic equation using quadratic formula. Fine. Now we will go to the next problem, which is example 11, your textbook, page number 84, example 11. So I will erase this. You can pause the video and copy these notes. I am erasing. So what we have next is the example 11. Example 11. Fine, which is in page number 84. Example 11 in page number 84 of your textbook. It says find two consecutive odd positive integers, sum of whose squares is 290. Sum of whose squares is 290. So we have to find the two consecutive positive odd positive integers. Find two consecutive odd positive integers, sum of whose squares is 290. So now we need to find, there are two consecutive odd positive integers. Two consecutive odd positive integers. Then how do you take odd positive? So two consecutive odd positive integers means what? Suppose if you take one integer as 5, which is an odd number, which is the next odd number after 5, 7. So this 5 and 7 are called as two consecutive odd positive integers. Two consecutive odd positive integers. If I take suppose 11, then the next integer is 13. Odd integer. Consecutive. Consecutive means the next odd number after 11 is 13. So 11 and 13. So like that there are two consecutive odd positive integers. So we'll take them as what? We'll assume that as let the two consecutive odd positive integers be x and not x plus 1. X and x plus 1 if it is two consecutive positive integers. Here it is two consecutive odd positive integers. Odd positive integer means if one is 5, the other one is 7. How are we getting 7? We will add plus 2 to the 5. So if I give you any odd number, if I say the odd number is 11, what is the next consecutive odd number? 13. How are you getting 13 from 11? By adding 2 to 11. So if you take the number as x, the next consecutive odd positive integer will be x plus 2. If one number is x, the next number will be what? X plus 2, not x plus 1. Because it is consecutive odd positive integers. So we will assume that let the consecutive odd positive integers be x and x plus 2. Now what is given? The sum of their squares is 290. Sum of their squares equal to 290. So this is given. Sum of their squares means I also already told you, whenever you see sum of the squares means you should square first and then add. So if you square both of them and then add, you get 290. So which means I should square this, then I should square this, after that I should add both, which means square this, which means x square, square this, which means x plus 2 the whole square, and add both the squares plus. This is called a sum of the squares and that is equal to 290. Clear? Now let's continue. Right now, if you expand this, it will become x square plus this is x plus 2 the whole square. We will expand this using a plus b the whole square. That is what? A square minus 2 into a into b plus b square equal to 290. Now if we expand this again, this we are applying a plus b the whole square here. A square means x square. X is a, b is 2. A square plus 2 into a is x, b is this. This is a, this is b. For the a plus b whole square formula. So then x square plus x square is 2x square plus 2x into 2. 2 into 2, 4x. Plus x 2 square is 4 equal to 290. So 2x square plus 4x plus 4, 290 comes here, it becomes minus 290 equal to 0. So what do we have? We have 2x square plus 4x. Now 4 minus 290 is minus 286 equal to 0. Right? 4 and this is 290. Now 2 is present throughout. So we can cancel throughout by 2, or we can take 2 common and throw it out. Or we can divide throughout by 2. We take 2 common, x square plus 2x minus 143 equal to 0. Minus 143 equal to 0. So you get, so this 2 will go here, it will become 0 by 2. So x square plus 2x minus 143 equal to 0. This 2 will go down, it will become 0 by 2. You get x square plus 2x minus 143 equal to 0. 0 by 2 is 0. Now we need to solve this quadratic equation using quadratic formula. So what is our quadratic formula? Same, this one, right? Our quadratic formula is, so x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of, you can write b square minus 4ac, or we can put d, doesn't matter, right? B square minus 4ac by 2a. Now let's try to find what is the value of, first we should find the value of b square minus 4ac. So what is d? D is a discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac. And what is the value of that? B is, okay, we need to find ABC. What is a? A is coefficient of x, which is 1. What is b? Coefficient, sorry, a is coefficient of x square, which is 1. B is coefficient of x, which is 2. And c is the constant term minus 143. Don't just take 143. I've seen students taking c as 143. Should always take with the sign. Here b we have taken 2 because it is plus 2. So we don't have to put the sign here. A is also plus 1. But if it is minus 2 here, then you should put b equal to minus 2. If this was minus. Now we have found ABC. Let's try to find b square minus 4ac. B square is 2 square minus 4 into a is 1 into c is minus 143. Minus 143. Now if we do this, what do we get? 2 square is 4, minus into minus is plus, 4 into 143. What is 4 into 143? 143 times 4. 12, carry 1, 16, 17, carry 1, 5. 572. 572. Now if you add them, you get 576, which is greater than 0, which means your d equal to b square minus 4ac is what? Is greater than 0. When it is greater than 0, we write this. T is greater than 0, therefore the two roots are real and distinct, so we can proceed and find them. So x is equal to, this is your quadratic formula. Fine. Now what is x? So x is equal to minus b is what? B is 2. So minus 2, right? Plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac. B square minus 4ac is what? 576. This is b square minus 4ac. So 576 by 2a. By 2 into a. A is 1. A is 1. We'll substitute here. So that is equal to, x is equal to minus 2 plus or minus. Now square root of 576 we have to find using division method. 576. I'll start pairing 2 from right to left. So 2 2s are 4. 176. 2 2s are 4. So 44 into 4 will give me 176. Remainder 0. So 24 is the square root of 576. By 2 into 1 is 2. So now x will take two directions now. Right? So if plus 24, what happens? So x is equal to minus 2 plus 24 by 2. This is one case. Or x is equal to minus 2 minus 24 by 2. This is another case. X is this case or this case. Right? If plus 24, then what happens? If it is minus 24, then what happens? What is the value of x? So x here becomes 24 minus 2 is 22 by 2. Or It is x is equal to minus 26 by 2. So you get x is equal to 11, x is equal to 11 or x is equal to minus 13. 26 by 2 is minus 13. But x is what? X is a odd positive integer. So positive integer. So x cannot be negative. So we'll say x cannot be negative. X cannot be negative. X cannot be negative, which means we cannot take this value because x is a positive integer, odd positive integer. So x cannot be negative. Therefore, x should be what? Therefore, x is equal to 11. Therefore, x is equal to 11. Now, what are the two consecutive? So the two consecutive odd positive integers are what? Are what? X and x plus 2. X is what? X is 11 and x plus 2. X plus 2 means put x is equal to 11 here. You get 11 plus 2, which is 13. So after finding x, you have to substitute here to get the value of to find the two consecutive odd positive integers. So the two consecutive odd positive integers are what? 11 and 13. 11 and 13. Suppose if you square the 11, square the 13, and then if you add, you will get 290. That is the meaning of sum of their squares. Suppose for example 11 square plus 13 square, if you try to find 11 square is 121, 13 square is 169. If you add, you will get 290, which will match with this. So our answer is correct. Clear? So this is how we solve using quadratic formula, right? And here how did we find ABC? Comparing this with the general equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Comparing with this general equation, comparing this with this, we found ABC. Then we substitute, then we found b square minus 4ac because b square minus 4ac must be greater than 0 or equal to 0. Then only we can proceed like this. If it is negative, suppose if you calculate b square minus 4ac, suppose if you get minus 576, then we should say d is less than 0, d is negative, which means d is less than 0, discriminant. D is called as discriminant, that is less than 0, therefore you will say there are no real roots, and then you will stop the problem. We will not proceed and solve it. Clear? So we will stop here. You can watch my next video for the continuation of this class. You can copy the notes by pausing your video. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys.